Hello children, good morning. Welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to continue the chapter what we studied yesterday, that is organism and populations. So today we are going to continue the responses of organisms to abiotic factors. So previous class we studied regarding various abiotic factors. So now we are going to study how the different living organisms they are responding to different abiotic factors. So here when you see the responses it is not shown by the organism suddenly. So it is actually whatever responses we are going to study here, these are constantly it has been assessed by the organism and modification occurred in the genes. So because of that the organism in that form they are showing adaptations. So adaptation it won't occur suddenly, it is a long term change. Okay, it brings about evolution of the organism also. So here first we are going to study regarding regulate. Actually 4 abiotic factors, responses to abiotic factors are there. One is regulate, other is conform, third is migrate, and the fourth is suspend. So here first we are going to study the first one, that is regulate. So how they are doing regulation? So very good example of regulation, it is higher organisms, mammals and birds coming under this category. So these organisms, what do? They are able to maintain homeostasis, that is balanced state, equilibrium, maintaining equilibrium. So by physiological means, by means of various working of organs, what do? They maintain constant body temperature and constant osmotic concentration. Just example you see here, your body temperature is always constant. When it increases you suffer from fever. So during fever you may not be working efficiently. So why is it like that? Because so your enzymes of your body it will work only under optimum temperature. You studied in 11th class itself that the optimum pH and optimum temperature is must for the working of enzymes. If the working of enzyme is not proper, automatically your metabolic activity will be slowed. So that's why constant body temperature maintenance is needed. So and the same way osmotic concentration also. So osmotic concentration, in case if you drink plenty of water, so automatically the urine formation will be more, dilute urine will be there. So because when you drink less water, then the urine will be concentrated and you pass less urine. The same way in summer maybe you drink plenty of water but the sweating is there, so that's why the passing of urine will be less. Why is it like that? Because your body it tends to maintain constant water content in the blood, that is constant osmotic concentration, that you call that as osmoregulation, that is studied in 11th class itself. So all birds and mammals are coming under this category. Actually we all are homeothermic animals, that is warm blooded animals. We used to maintain constant body temperature. And when you observe other animals and plants also they do not have such mechanisms to maintain the internal temperature. Not only plants, so except birds and mammals, so no organism is able to maintain constant body temperature and osmoregulation and all. They try to change the temperature according to the surroundings. Okay, next is that category, that is conformers. So 99% of the animals, all plants, all they are not able to maintain constant internal environment. The body temperature changes with the surrounding temperature. In aquatic animals the same way, the osmotic concentration also it changes according to the water osmotic concentration. So these animals as they are not able to maintain the same osmotic concentration and body temperature, you call them as conformers. They show fluctuating body temperatures. So for just example, poiculotherms you studied, cold blooded organisms, they won't maintain constant body temperature. So that animals you call them as poikilothermic, as they are not able to maintain constant body temperature. Homeotherms and poikilotherms you studied in 11th itself. So here that only you study under separate headings, that is conformers and regulators. Homeotherms are coming under regulators and poikilotherms are coming under conformers. Okay children, so this is a simple graph. It is explaining this conformers, regulators they maintain constant temperature. The same way conformers they show fluctuating. Okay, the green color they are shown, no. So in conformers and partial regulators also there. So this graph, it can be asked in exam. So by giving the graph they can put A, B like that, and you have to mark correctly. So what is this and what is that and all. So this question, no, it can be asked in 2 marks and even 5 marks also it is being asked. 5 marks means little bit explanation. You have to write all the 4 categories. Next one is migration. So when it is a short term adaptation, when the organism is not able to face the stressful condition, so then automatically what they do, they escape from that area. You also do sometimes. If there is no unwanted job is there, no use to escape from the situation. So but it is not comparable to this is different. So when its stressful condition is there, automatically that organism move away from temporarily from that environment. That you call that as migration. So migratory birds, migratory fishes. Okay, so in bird sanctuaries and all, no, we get migratory birds, no, during favorable conditions from foreign countries and all. Okay, so that is no migration. So migration, as they go to favorable condition, wherever it is there, they move. It can be immigration or emigration. Immigration means when they come to a particular area, you call that as immigration. When they move away from that area, you call them as emigration. Okay children, so for example Bharatpur sanctuary in Rajasthan, maybe whatever sanctuary it is there, no, the bird it comes from other countries also, that you can give as example migration. So next one is suspension. So when unwanted condition is there, when they are not able to escape from the area, what they do, they live in that area, but they show some adaptations to face that unfavorable conditions, to survive in the unfavorable condition. They show some adaptations. That adaptation is suspension. So for example, in the case of seeds, this normally seeds, that all this pulses and all, when you get in the form of grams, so they are seed only. But when it is stored in bottle, they grow. But when that same gram, green gram or in chana dal, whatever it is there, when automatically if you soak and grow, it will grow. So that why? Because they getting favorable condition, water, everything, that's why it is able to grow. Otherwise under dry condition, if you store in the water, maybe for full year also they won't be able to grow. So when they germinate on the availability of only the suitable environment, otherwise they won't grow at all. Unfavorable condition, they won't grow. That is suspension. So in that you can call that as dormancy also. Some seeds, what they do, when the unfavorable conditions are there, they won't germinate at all. That you call that as dormancy or inactive condition. Okay, so in the case of animals, we call that as hibernation and aestivation. Hibernation and aestivation, you call that as. Okay, so in the case of hibernation in frogs and certain reptiles and all, they do. And aestivation you can see in the case of snails and fishes and all, you can see this aestivation and all. So actually this hibernation aestivation mainly you can see in animals. The aestivation is to avoid summer related problems, and hibernation to escape the winter when it is so cold. So they do that hibernation. Okay, so and in the case of some zooplanktons and all, what do they do? Small microorganisms. So they also do this type of condition, but you call that as diapauses. Okay, in plants you call that as dormancy. Animals you call that as hibernation or aestivation. Hibernation is winter sleep and aestivation is summer sleep. Okay, so accordingly it is that. Okay children, thank you. So you study whatever covered today, and we will meet in the next class.